For me, rugby, it's a brotherhood that connects everyone through the sport. You know, it's really grown me into the person I am. It's sort of a way to channel your emotions. It's just something it's an incredible experience, I think, and for everyone, whether it be you're stepping out on the field for the 13Bs or you're running out for Australia, I think everyone sort of shares that. Everyone's connected, everyone supports each other, and for me, I've got so much support from the boys and everyone around me through the rugby community. Such things as further career opportunities, like the connections you make through rugby is just invaluable. I think it's a modest game in terms of you go out and you don't think that you're better than everyone. You think, yes, I've worked hard. Yes, I'm as well prepared as I can be. You respect the person because they've done just as much hard work as you have to get to where they are.
Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are, watching this live stream coverage of the Australian University Games Women's Rugby 7's finals. My name's Peter Mears and I'm your commentator today. It's good to have you with us wherever you're watching, and we should see two terrific games of Rugby 7's. Bear in mind that Rugby 7's is the newest Olympic sport for Rio next year. It's absolutely exploded across Australia, with girls from all different sports and walks of life trying to get into that Olympic team. So there's lots of competition. There's 5 teams who started out in this competition. 4 of them will be featuring in the medal playoffs today, and at 1:20 in about 6 minutes time we'll have the bronze medal playoff between University of Queensland and Queensland University of Technology. That match set for 1:20 Australian Eastern Time. Just to put you in the picture, in the semi-finals, Newcastle defeated the University of Queensland 34 points to 10, and CSU defeated QUT 31 points to 15. That's Charles Sturt University. They're a combination of 3 different universities, as they do these days. This is on website at YouTube through Australian University Games /Rugby 7's. So if you want to watch, tune in, and we'll look forward to having your company with us in about 5 minutes' time. Good afternoon once again. Peter Mears here at Bond University Rugby Club for the bronze medal playoff in the Australian University Games Rugby 7's women's competition. This should be a terrific match between the girls in the blue and red, that's University of Queensland, and the QUT girls in the dark blue with orange striping. The UQ girls team is number 2 Amy Penberthy, number 8 Cowley Innes, Courtney Innes, number 10 Katie Harvey, 11 Whit Simpson, 13 Katie Myers, 14 Riley Douglas, 15 Charlotte Tanovic, 20 Serena Carter and 21 Diane Randong, coached by Cameron McIntosh. The QUT girls, number 2 Katie Clifton, 3 Sophie Gunn, 7 Jess Lawrence, 8 Taylor Eldridge, 9 Chloe Larap, 10 Holly Class Orliff, 11 Ashley Kincaid, 12 Maddie Dixon, 13 Gemma Maimai, 14 Maddie Shook, and 4 Rebecca Maimai. And the referee is Jordan Way. He's an outstanding referee, just 20 years of age, but regarded by Queensland Rugby as the up-and-coming young star of refereeing. He also plays lower grades rugby with East's Rugby Club. Well, as I mentioned before in the preliminary comments, this sport is booming in Australia at the moment because it's the latest sport to be introduced to the Olympic Games, and an Australian team will be picked to go to Rio next year to compete, and they are a very good chance of winning a medal. They're ranked second in the world at the moment, only to New Zealand, who are the traditional heavyweights of women's rugby 7's competition. But Australia, the big improvers. So there's lots of girls who are coming from other sports like beach sprinting and touch rugby, trying to get a place in that team. So here's UQ to kick off to start this first bronze medal playoff match. A long kick for QUT and well taken down there. That was Ashley Kincaid. And here's the passing now. Jess Lawrence gets it out to Sophie Gunn. She's on her own 22-metre line. 5 points for a try, 2 points for a conversion. They have to drop kick if they're going to kick for goal in this sport. But here's a good build-up and a good break. 2 as over the halfway line goes Sophie Gunn, flips it back inside to Holly Class Orliff. And she sends it out wide. This is a good continuity build-up here. That was Gemma Maimai getting it out to her sister Rebecca. And they're 10 metres inside UQ territory. This is Rugby 7's, not touch, so it's play on, it's continuous. Big demand on fitness, 7 minutes each half. Bad luck there, had the overlap, but a little bit of a knock on. Referee Jordan Way is going to rule that this will be a 3-man scrum or 3-woman scrum. And the put-in going to UQ, who were defeated 34-10 by Newcastle. And QUT were defeated by CSU 31-15. So this should be a pretty close match. Beautiful setting here at Bond University Rugby Club, which is just in the background, about 2 k's from the beaches here. Mermaid Beach, probably the nearest, going directly east. But a great setup here. Bond University started, of course, by Alan Bond some 30 years ago. And now it's UQ with their run the first time. Charlotte Tanovic takes it up. Back to number 20, that's Serena Carter. This is number 11, Whit Simpson. And a good run by her, getting it away, but the cover defence of QUT is up to the task. They're just short of the halfway line. UQ, a big university, some 30,000 students, much bigger in numbers, but QUT have shown tremendous skill in this tournament so far. So here's UQ attempting to put first points on the board, and they've lost possession. Here's a chance for QUT. They look pretty good too. Rebecca Maimai running well. Maddie Shuck. Back it goes now. That's Gemma Maimai, and Gemma Maimai is going to score the first try. Racing round those long legs, scampering away from the UQ girls under the posts. Jordan Way blows the whistle. First points of the bronze medal playoff go to Queensland University of Technology. 5 points to 0 with a kick to come. Now they do get a chance at conversion. It's a difficult skill, drop kicking, a lot harder than it looks, and a lot of these girls haven't practiced this skill. But here's Maddie Shuck, who's going to have a shot. She's kicked it well, and it's over. It just crept over the bar, but we'll take that. 7 points to 0. And in case you're not aware, Tourism and Events Queensland's proud to partner with Australian University Sport to host the 2015 Australian University Games. There's 30 sports here, 42 universities taking part. 8,300 students are here on the Gold Coast. Unfortunately, the weather's been good so far. Oh my goodness, a knock on by University of Queensland's Katie Myers. And so that will be possession at the scrum for QUT. A lot of these girls come from touch football, and some of them have never tackled in their life. They're just new to rugby, but they've learned very quickly, and they do run very hard. It's certainly not a feminist sport, but here's the try scorer. She's going to score number 2. Terrific run by Gemma Maimai, sizing it up using good vision, and she goes over for her second try. Gemma Maimai, I think, has worked out that if she can use those long legs and get around the cover defence, there's only 7 girls on the field at any one time. Plenty of space out there, and she's sized that up beautifully and scored the second try to make it now 12 points to 0 with the kick to come. That one's unsuccessful. The gold medal playoff between Newcastle and CSU will be at 2:20 Australian Eastern Time. It's 10 minutes each half, and we'll have the presentation of the medals after that at about 2:50. So stay with us this afternoon on YouTube through the Australian University Games website. Live streaming right across the world. Here's the captain. That's Serena Carter. Is having problems with the team at the moment. They're looking a little bit tentative, but if they can just string a few passes together, it's Serena Carter under a lot of pressure here, wrapped up by Maimai.
Let it go now,
holding onto the ball, but only just. And if they could get it out wide, they've got plenty of space. They've got extra girls there, but fumbling, handling, a real mess. Just panic passing and a knock on. So at the moment it's all QUT. They're really all over University of Queensland. In most sport, UQ traditionally have had an edge because QUT are the new kids on the block, as it were. University of Queensland opened in 1911, so they've just celebrated their centenary a couple of years back. A much older university with more students, but this is a great display by QUT as the ball comes out wide. This is a good run. It's going to be another try. Try number 3 to Queensland University of Technology, and that was number 4 that went in, and that was Sophie Gunn. That makes the score now 17 points to 0 with the kick to come. It's just too easy. One-way traffic at the moment for the girls from Queensland University of Technology, especially out wide on the wings. The UQ girls are just not covering. And that's a good conversion, makes it 19 points to 0. 7 minutes and a half, and this sport is all action. 7 minutes and a half might seem like not very long, but when you do these sprints, you run 30 or 40 metres for a try, you've got to back up straight away, there's no respite, nowhere to hide, and you've got the whole rugby field to cover. So 19 points to 0 to QUT. Oh, and here's the first break to number 23, that's Doreen Dong.
Backwards.
And she's put down just inside QUT's territory. It's a penalty against the girl on the ground playing the ball. Jordan Way, the referee, indicates. So it's a tap penalty. Gemma Maimai takes it. Out to Rebecca Maimai. Over there is Sophie Gunn, and Sophie Gunn's going to streak away and get her second, I think. She's being chased hard, but she's too fast. And she goes in for her second try. So that's 4 tries. Takes the score to 24 points to 0. And they've scored at the rate of, about 3 points a minute at this stage as we're coming up to half-time.
Chevron. So yeah, we'll just figure out some pub to go to and meet you there.
Here's Maddie Shuck attempting to convert to make it 26-0 if she can land this one. Well, I thought this would be a close game, but it's all QUT, isn't it? 26-0. And there it is, half-time. And what a great display by Queensland University of Technology, inspired by Gemma Mimi, who scored the first 2 tries. And then Sophie Gunn got 2 tries, so we've had, 5 tries now. Tremendous display. And wherever you're watching, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful sunny weather on the Queensland Gold Coast with 8,500 students here for the Australian University Games. There are 30 sports being competed for here at the beautiful Bond University, and it's in conjunction with Tourism and Events Queensland, who are partnering university sport. It just reinforces Queensland's reputation as a premier event and holiday destination. Just by way of interest, Queensland or Gold Coast welcomes about 3.4 million domestic visitors every year, which generates about $3 billion in overnight visitor expenditure. And of those, 819,000 are international visitors every year. So something like the Australian University Games, or in 2018 the Commonwealth Games, really puts the Gold Coast on the map in the eyes of the world, not just Australia. It's a wonderful holiday destination, an endless playground for serious fun, whether it's swim at one of the magnificent surf beaches. There's 25 kilometres of surf beaches here on the Gold Coast. You can have an energising hike through the hinterland, absolutely glorious up there at Mount Tamborine, Springbrook, Beachmont, places like that, and an action-packed day at some of the world's best theme parks, or just simply enjoying the entertainment. The Gold Coast is famous for fun.
Oh, so you put them tight elsewhere.
And we have the best live events here. Tourism Queensland helping out. There's no place like this for combining Australia's headline events with the most amazing destinations. Whether it's food, wine, festivals, art, culture, music, to sport and lifestyle, Queensland boasts a great event calendar. Now we're ready for the second half of the bronze medal playoff. QUT on the left against University of Queensland on the right, doing it tough. Down by, I make it 26 points to 0. It's a very rapid rate of scoring. Jack, am I right? I've got my co-commentator here. He's busy. He can't say anything because he's so busy putting all the scores up. So here's the kickoff. And a mistake, a knock-on from the very kickoff, as UQ did early on. That was bad luck. It was Katie Myers who actually dropped the first kickoff too. A bit of stage fright for Katie. So it's QUT's put in. And haven't they been a sight to watch? The My sisters in particular. And Sophie Gunn. Penalty goes to UQ. Going down in the scrum, but quick tap kick taken, and this is the skipper of the team. Racing away, Serena Carter. Good run from her. So can UQ put a try on the board? They just need to get it out wide for a change. Now running across field goes Riley Douglas. Got support here. They've got the overlap if she passes it. And this girl's not fast enough. She's just wrapped up and caught by fast-moving Jess Lawrence. Good tackle. I thought it was going to be a try to Courtney Yennis. She certainly had the overlap, but she just didn't go for it. Seemed to get a bit tentative. So here she goes again. Another try at it. This time it's Riley Douglas. And over for the try in the corner, is it? Yes, it looks like it is a try. Jordan Way had a look at it, looked for the touch judge. There was no signal from the touch judge. And so it is a try to Steph Tapara, I think it is, who got that one. And the first points on the board for University of Queensland. 26-5. The conversion attempt would be very difficult for Serena Carter, but she'll have a shot. The Australian men's touch 7's also in competition in Rio. They're ranked 5th in the world and still have to qualify in a month or two in New Zealand. The qualification for Rio, there's a tournament there, and the Australians are favoured to go through from that qualification tournament. They're a little bit unlucky to miss direct qualification through last year's IRB World 7's competition. They won one tournament outright. So here's Serena Carter kicking off for University of Queensland. Taken well by Jess Lawrence for QUT. Up the centre.
Roll out of there.
And penalty goes to QUT. The University of Queensland girls were caught offside. Sophie Clifton takes the tap. Gemma Mai. And the pass just a little bit in front of the girl. Knocked on.
Advantage over.
But play on, the referee playing the advantage rule. Now here's Serena Carter kicking ahead and trying to race over and score. She dives for it, but I think the QUT girl might have got there first. Jordan Ways on the spot, rules no try.
Grounded that. It's carried back by dark blue. So it'll be a
Ball in
scrum,
fact
5
was
metres
knocked
out.
on. So we'll have a little scrum here, 10 metres out.
So carried back by QT. Grounded.
That was bad luck for Serena Carter. She's playing a terrific role for University of Queensland, but she's not getting a lot of support, the blonde-haired skipper.
All good.
Just 7 minutes each half, so time ticking
Coach.
away. I think a win is, of course, beyond the University of Queensland at this stage, but they'd love to score another try. Here's Serena Carter. The girl from QUT looked like she might be offside, but it's play on. The ball goes across to Charlotte Tanovic, and she's pulled down about 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. And it's a penalty against QUT in that breakdown. Quick tap to be taken by Katie Myers.
On the line.
Now Serena Carter. She'll have a go herself. She scores. Terrific try. The second try scored by University of Queensland. They're coming back. It's 26 points to 10. I think she's decided that the other girls are a little bit hesitant or something, and she's trying to do it herself, and she leads by example. So well done, Serena Carter. No extra conversion there, so just the 2 points, 26 points to 10. Fantastic setup here for rugby, and in fact all sport at Bond University. If you're thinking of having a game of rugby and you like the look of this playing field, the facilities here are world class. Magnificent change rooms, a weights gym that's just opened, the Bull Shark Cage they call it. Used to be owned by the Queensland Titans Rugby League. As the kick-off is short, it won't go the 10 metres, and the referee will come back, restart from the halfway line.
Yep. Ball in the go.
So contact Bond University Rugby Club. That's on the website. You can contact Sean Hedger, who's the professional coach here at Bond University. He's the head coach. They won the reserve grade this season, as this is going to be a third try for Gemma Maimai. She's found the gap, and she's so confident. She knew she had the pace. She's a very clever rugby mind, and she went through there with great confidence for her third try to take the score to 31 points to 10. Queensland University of Technology racing away, and Maddie Shuck's attempted conversion is along the ground, so no goal. 31-10. We saw Bond University Rugby men's team playing here in a match earlier on. There's 16 teams playing in the men's competition. Very competitive it is too. It's quite hot today. Summer has suddenly hit. It was freezing cold last week here on the coast, windy and rainy, but thank goodness for the Australian University games, the weather's fine and clear. A little bit of a breeze behind QUT's. Their girl Ashley Kincaid kicks off. Gemma Myers couldn't pick it up. Kicked ahead, straight to QUT. Gemma Maimai gets it back to Whit Simpson. She throws it out wide. There's Courtney Innes. Then Amy Penberthy over there. And the ball going over the sideline. We'll have a, looks like it's scrum. It's a knock-on was played first. No line out. Girls pick up the skills of rugby very quickly. And they're so courageous. People think that a sport like this isn't for girls, but they show no fear at all, and they're very skillful, as you can see. UQ with another attacking raid up the centre of the field. A strong run made by number 15 Charlotte Tanovic. Out wide it goes to Doan Randong, and she gets it back to Tanovic on the halfway line.
That's fine, ball's out.
They're coached by Cameron McIntosh, the UK team. There's Gemma Maimai in their wrestling, but Serena Carter comes in and pulls it off her, and then she loses it again. It's a comedy of errors. It's going from one team to the other, and the referee playing a good advantage, but eventually there was a knock-on. He's a terrific referee. There it is, full time, and it's 31 points to 10. The bronze medal goes to QUT. Congratulations to them, coming down from Brisbane and taking the bronze medal ahead of their arch rivals, University of Queensland. 31 points to 10. a clear win, and we'll have the gold medal playoff between Newcastle and Charles Sturt University in about 3 minutes' time, according to the schedule. So stay with us. The two teams will be assembling soon. I saw them warming up, went and had a word to the two coaches, Nick Granger for CSU and Cameron McCasker, who's coaching Newcastle. And both teams have got no injuries. They're at full strength, and they're both confident of winning this. Sydney University and James Cook University fought out the gold medal in the last 2 years. CSU won the bronze last year, and QUT won the silver in 2013. But the other two, Sydney and James Cook, haven't featured in the women's rugby sevens competition. Here's a photo of the victorious girls being taken, and they must be very proud. They'll be at the presentation ceremony at around 10 to 3 Australian Eastern Time. Well done, girls. Congratulations. Well played. Nico from Queensland Rugby there is officiating in this tournament. He's organised it brilliantly. It's with the aid of Queensland Rugby that this tournament goes ahead, under the direction of Fiona Cullen, who used to be a champion hurdler. In fact, she dead heated with Sally Pearson some years ago at an Australian Championship. So she's a former athlete and is doing a fabulous job here at the Australian University Games. And they've got such good facilities here. It's as good as any that I've seen. The men's final starting now. It's not the final. We won't be calling this. We'll be calling the women's final. So please join us when this match is over, and we'll have the women's final at 2:20. So at 2:20, if you want to come back and watch the final. That's I made a mistake. I said it was right after this. It isn't. They've got a men's game on now, as you can see. Sydney Uni playing UQ. So two arch rivals playing in the men's competition. But join us again, won't you, for the gold medal playoff at 2:20 Australian Eastern Time between Newcastle and CSU.
Yeah.
When you said you've got no graphics,
I've got them. Oh, it's
Work, Dylan.
hey mate, David, how are you?
Good, you?
Yeah, good mate. And Jack, when you come up with a little bit of David, you didn't have the women's team?
I think there was a miscommunication. We did, but they didn't come.
Sam, you're there. Right, you're right.
Go 20. Oh my God. Yeah, boy.
Not much you can do with that.
So Jack,
Yeah.
the same thing I've asked for music to be turned down, take that off our effects microphone for makeup. Also, got to visualise this car, so I'm going to work on it. So I'm going to say the chop off. Actually, no. So the last two
Fucking good kick off.
or actually, we'll probably do that.
learned that's like that. That I understand why I'd go with
It's okay.
So what is it? 220?
So we should be out.
Yeah. Do you mind if I shoot for a while? Second half?
Boys, get ready. Sorry, one page.
You must know people in high places, Peter.
I do. I know lots of famous people.
I couldn't know. Oh, thanks, I'll give my cap too.
Yeah,
I
okay.
couldn't get anything for you. I don't know if you
Oh, I work here, mate. Girls are scared of me. Because I'm here every week, every training session. So
So you're
I'm the
affiliated
media manager of Bondi Uni Rugby Club. Yeah, it started out. They just asked me if I'd give them publicity on a radio station I work on, 94.1. Every Friday I do a bit of a rugby segment. And they rang me up and said, come and have coffee. And I said, yeah, I'd love to do that for you. And so we organised to do an interview every Friday. And then they said, how retired are you? And I said, I'm not retired. Why would I retire? They said, would you like to do the PA at our games? And I said, yeah. And do you write? And I said, I've written 7 books. Could you write for our website? I'd like to. So I've ended up doing my own job description. And they pay me, but they said, look, you're not in the budget, so we can pay you. But I love rugby anyway, so I really enjoy it. I wouldn't come to training if I didn't like it.
Absolutely. So were you here on the NRC when they hosted the NRC match?
I was doing
You were
the
doing
PA.
So were you sitting up in that
Yeah,
little ground chair?
that's me. Yeah, I sit there. And they had me up in an tennis umpire's chair that day.
That's right, yeah.
Because instead of a riser, I wanted a riser, but they didn't have one. So that was the way that I could get up a bit. Because you sit down there, you see the camber of the field. It's very hard to see.
It's amazing.
And also people tend to stand along the fence there, as you can see. So you can't see.
No, it's yeah. Well, we were here, myself and his partner Josh. We were both.
Yeah.
So,
Do you work out of the Gold Coast or in
no,
Brisbane?
we actually are
Sydney? Oh, Bar TV. I'll give him a card.
Yeah, do
In
so.
case you ever need a commentator, I do ball sport.
Okay, yeah. Well, we were always.
I've got one. I've got one in the car. But I'm getting a bit of work now through the guy down here. On here, I'll get one afterwards out of the car. And like I've been calling I did the under-20 international rugby tournament here, which was full of nations. Then he asked me if I'd do the schools international tournament, which is on this week, the finals tomorrow. And then they rang me and said, will you do the cricket on
on Friday, the cricket final, which I said I'd love to do. I love cricket, my favourite sport. But I'm calling the schools rugby. And then the guy asked me yesterday if I'd do the Rugby League international between Australia and New Zealand on Thursday. I said, mate, that's my only day off. I've got to pre-record my radio program on Thursday for Friday. So, mate, I love it. I couldn't get enough, really, because I love the sport.
That's us. I mean, we film everything. Ultimate frisbee.
Right.
2020. I mean, we're based in New South Wales. I mean, that's really where.
Well, if you had anything up here.
But no, but I mean, we come up here and sit.
Oh, right. Okay.
So at the moment we're sort of travelling. We're travelling with our commentators.
Yeah.
So we bring our commentators up.
So Sean Maloney and those guys.
Yeah, Sean does the Thursday night games. So he does the Thursday night.
I could do a game if you ever need me.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep in mind. I mean, to be honest, we've got 3 weekends left.
Ah, right.
It's the end of the season. So.
Well, I know the Queensland Country blokes pretty well.
Okay.
So you have one of their games. So
yeah, absolutely.
Call that easily.
Well, the other thing is we want to try and do a Gold Coast. Because what we do in Newcastle, Illawarra, these sorts of regional areas, very much like the Gold Coast is.
Yeah.
We do the top grades, rugby, and we start off by doing a match of the range. We live stream, just like this, 1 camera, 2 cameras, depends on how much.
So you're doing the Queensland Rugby, the Premier competition in Brisbane, or you're doing this?
Only ones we're doing in Rugby Union is Newcastle, Newcastle and Sydney Subbies.
Yeah, I know. My brother used to play Temple Cup for colleagues.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then we do some of the
I see.
So bounce.
Yeah. Well, any sport you've got up here, if you need something, I'll give you my card. Unless I've got a job with BOM, because they're my regular employer, and I generally do match days. I PA commentate all 4 games on a Saturday. But every other day I'd be free, and even on a Saturday, if it's a big game, I can get away and someone else can do the PA. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. There are some clubs like for example, we actually do Sydney Union.
Okay.
But we do their judiciary. Every rugby system.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
So we just turn around and say, well, instead of you getting some guy who's like, oh yeah, how's it going over there, mate? I'm not really paying attention. Paying attention. Dogs don't eat footage. You know, like that was what was happening here, especially in Newcastle and Illawarra, especially in the Rugby League. The Rugby League, they turn around and say, right, it's been a massive melee, the ground's got gold. Oh, no. We're supposed to have somebody. You know what? So when we come in, we say, but then at the same time, we use that footage, then 1 computer, 1 mixer. I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? People are still stuck in the chair compared to the old ones. Absolutely. They think that we need $100,000 broadcast cameras. The exact same quality footage.
Well, one I worked with yesterday at Gregory Terrace was just cheap. But the picture was good. Absolutely. I looked at it on the phone, YouTube.
Exactly.
It was great.
I mean, that's the thing. That's technology is very good. Half of these companies.
Hey, get a line, Rick, let's go!
But that's just the way technology goes. So we're on that cusp of staying in front of technology. Exactly. So, you know, we had to battle away a little bit. We had to battle away and like TV companies.
I did the first season with Greg Martin, Sam Scott, Smith. But Channel 7 took it over, couldn't break it, and then Greg Clark.
Come on.
Actually, then a rugby show which I produced, sold it to Fox. rugby, every kind of rugby thing, Golden Oldies, country rugby, GPS, and I sold it to them on the basis that everything wasn't covered. Like the super rugby, professional rugby was covered. That's how it was in. But in those days they didn't really want to see it. They could start off the next year.
That's right.
I went and had to Gary Fast about it. He said, we'd love you to do this national. So I was going to do it in 2007. But all my sponsors pulled out. I have a fight! 7 matches in a row at the start of the season. And I was marketing it myself. I didn't have anyone to help me. And I couldn't afford the show to win. So we only did 1 year. We covered club rugby at Ballymoor.
Yep.
We put it on Friday night. We shot it multis. We did DNG cameras. We had 5 cameras. We shot it with 5 different angles and did a multi-screen edit. We did live stream, yeah. We did a post edit. I set up all my videos. We cut it down to about 20 minutes. Because the standards are not really set. And we concentrate on it. So we do a story on a young stock jackaroo drove 200 k's to the game, 200 k's back again. What is it that rugby like? You know, so we got some really good stuff.
That's everything you're saying. That's us. We had to go to this up on the show because that's our.
Good tap! John!
Just because, life's a lot. So what it is you know what? They've already exhausted all their signs in the mid-90s. They're all signed. What we're saying is you can't see us where we've got logos in each of the corners.
That's what I did. I hated it. Because I was the only way I could give sponsors value. So I would put a mark up for the whole segment. Oh, sorry. It might be 3 or 4 minutes. Because they now put their own bloody videos. Because they didn't have that. They gave me heaps. And now they're doing what I was doing.
No, well, we, I mean, now, when we do it,
Oh, yeah! Bro, he's getting there.
Wait, do you go to the toe hunt?
Get off!
So you like... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then and then you just... Yeah.
Oh, Lalo with him. I know him. He's going to try against us.
Hold him!
Yeah, Al Blake stood there and someone kicked the head and he was running down the sideline. We thought we'd get him covered. He had the light. Oh.
You know what it's like?
Yeah, and he's played Australian 7's. So he's no fool. Yeah, he's just very little. Yeah, Sean calls him the Prince.
That's it.
He's a wallaby in waiting, I reckon.
Hold him!
Because he's got much more speed than any other pair of fingers. And they don't like little guys.
It's not like it reminds me a little bit of Craig Marvin. It's got that chin.
Yeah.
He could electrify himself.
Milford's like that. Really quick on his feet. Good little man. Always been a good big man if he's attacking us. Because he's more quick on his feet. Whereas if he gets pinned by the big guy, he's going to get hurt.
That's, I mean, it's very connection.
Well, I've heard your name around. That's
No, I don't know. Well, mainly because Queensland.
they receive radio man.
that's really
Saturday rugby.
Boy.
Who does that thing? It's the same. Wants to play me.
Well, we've got it sort of pretty much set up now that we won't do this. There's some after we don't need the meat, we've got a few meat games, but we need a black belt. The summer we do.
Like ball cricket. I was really hoping I could do Friday.
Well, we don't even know where it's going.
No, well, I asked somebody if they have hit around here. Cricket on that Friday.
Come on, John.
No, it's supposed to be.
Go along the valley.
Then I went to 7's. I tried 12 years ago trying to get back into cricket. You don't necessarily have to be a great player to understand how to go.
Trying to come up. You took the on that last one.
How do you bowl?
Now, when he goes in and does that, that's great.
I love his communication. He's terrific.
But then when they just start talking about old times, it's a little bit.
It is, yeah, it's too much of an influx.
That's right.
I reckon.
And the other thing is, I mean, we've got they spent about 60 grand on this. We're a two.
Yeah.
So we do our
Well, I can tell you a classic about that. When I did the Super Bowl in 1996, I got 500 per game. I got Will Bray in, he replaced me as the best mate. 5,000. They paid him. Yeah.
It's almost
10 times. I mean, I might be as good a commentator, but I'm not 10 times worse.
and I think that's where the tricky part is. We're still turning out the free camp. So we do a free camp shoot. So they've got 13 campers. You know what? Two of those campers, 3 or 4 of them get used just for the recordings. 1 or 2 of them. I mean, you don't need it on the page 24/7.
I can enjoy a game with one camera shoot. In fact, I used to sometimes do games for the ABC when we had our dedicated OBs at the Rugby League. One time there was a draw in the Rugby Grand Final that played next weekend in Clash with the Rugby League Grand Final. So I did it with this cameraman.
G'day, mate.
Howdy. You have to help me with this.
Sure. All you need to do is to put it on, and so it's coming through.
Yep.
Are you the ref?
Yep.
What's your name?
Ty.
Tom Ansel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
So,
are you from, Ty?
Gold Coast.
so if you clip that on, have you got pockets in your shorts? Take it on, yep. And then what I said to the other guy, we've lost our little clip. I don't know where the clip's gone. So you'll have to just stick it through here, your shirt. Now, if you've got a bit of tape, just go through here. Whatever it takes, I'll take one now. A little strip line just to hold it in place. And then you can watch this back on YouTube. Yeah, as long as it's like that, we'll hear you. Okay? Don't be afraid. Swearing's alright. It's YouTube. No one will cut us off.
Yeah, so I thought I had to clear up my language, but...
Nah, yeah.
10 minutes each way, isn't it, time?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long
at
ago,
half
mate?
time?
Pardon?
How long at half time?
I don't know. I'll go check for that.
Yeah, no, it's a great issue because we're not all married. Not yet.
Mate, I'll tell you what you're doing.
At the moment, my fiance is in Stockholm. I live in Stockholm, I live in Sweden. So I come back, the last 2 years I've been coming back to Sweden. I head back over for 2 weeks. No, it's been a tough
2 minutes.
Okay, thanks, John.
July last.
Last year.
It's supposed to be
This last July.
so I don't know when the next one is.
Oh!
I think
You married a Swedish girl?
yeah.
Over there, I suppose.
We would have this year. We'll see how we go next year. We've been together almost 7 years. So we've been together a while. Just with half my life here and half my life over there. I've been living in Europe for years.
My wife and I go to France.
Okay. I actually run the British Ski Academy during the winter time. Yeah. That's in Chamonix with my friends. And that is amazing. It's just absolutely beautiful.
You ski?
Yeah, snowboard. But I run the academic program for ski, so I don't do any coaching or skiing. No, I do it boring stuff.
Run swing skiing.
Hey, couple of the devil!
Oh, there you go.
That's actually the best thing. I actually
I'm a cricketer.
Very simple.
Quite often I go to ski. Now I play golf. My wife used to go skiing to go play golf.
Yeah, hopefully that's I'll tee up something like that as well. No, but we
Life seems very exciting.
it does. It's a bit it's all it sounds like. That's what it actually is. I mean, even this sometimes when I'm playing golf, it's like it's not.
How many sports you actually have in the live stream?
This one, for the uni games, we do this, cheerleading tonight. Tomorrow we've got swimming, morning, and it's the next day is beach volleyball in the morning, basketball in the afternoon, and rugby 7's men's.
We have the Bond cheerleaders perform at our home matches. And they bring their own music and they introduce them. They do the given pyramids.
Mate, they'll be there tonight. We were supposed to, we do all the because they have regional games. So, Queensland. Wagga Wagga, and Adelaide. So, 3 of them will qualify.
You don't mind.
Yes, sir!
Well, they were supposed to have an introductory Australian
Go, boy!
with some of the random sports. Cheerleading was one of them.
They came fifth out of all the countries. So it's pretty good.
I mean, it's very, yeah, but guys are there. That's a family member. There's a few highlights of that. No, we see social media is driving all this. So we'll film the game, we'll then chop it up with that through the social media, Facebook, Twitters.
We tweet every 2 minutes after match day. First game, which is consummate. Four matches. 2 goals. Next week, one does Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I do the website, I write all stuff. I just said, look, I commentate on countries. Anything was wrong. The Twitter and all that stuff.
Mate, it's very good, right? People just say, so even like things like that, like we'll put a little note there and say, right, that'll be a separate one. So you still, this match might be an 8-minute match. We'll still put it in 4 minutes.
Did you see that? Not only on not the ball going out the tall, hit straight over on the run.
Yeah, I did see the try, but I didn't see that. So I think we might be back into this now. I think we might be the women's final.
Okay. It's due to be the women's final in 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Bond University on the beautiful Gold Coast of Queensland, and we're about to see the final, the gold medal final of the Women's Rugby 7's competition between Newcastle and Charles Sturt University. Charles Sturt from 3 different campuses, Newcastle, of course, the coal mining city in New South Wales, and in the semi-finals, Newcastle defeated University of Queensland 34-10. CSU beat the Queensland University of Technology 31-15. Now, in the bronze medal playoff between UQ and QUT, it was a win to QUT convincingly by 31 points to 10. So who's going to win the big one? We'll find out shortly. This match due to kick off in about 3 minutes' time. But let me welcome you wherever you're watching on the Australian University Games website through YouTube. That this is the coming sport. It's the big sport in Australia at the moment because it's going to be added to the Olympic program next year at Rio, along with golf. Men's and women's rugby 7's are being introduced to the Olympic Games, and so consequently this sport's just taken off, with beach sprinters, touch footballers, athletes all vying for the new sport of rugby 7's, the women included as much as the men. And so great competition, 16 teams competing in the men's competition here at Bond University and 5 teams in the women's competition. And here's the referee, Tyrone Mansell from the Gold Coast, who's about to blow the whistle for the gold medal final. 10 minutes each way, 2 minutes at half time. It's a lung-busting sport, rugby 7's. Breezy day, beautiful sunny weather here on the Gold Coast. The breeze not that much of a factor because kicking doesn't really come into rugby 7's as much as it does in 15's. If you haven't watched this sport before, it's a sport that demands great athleticism and stamina from both teams, of course, and if you score a try you can be subbed but the most players you can have is 12, and there've got to be 7 players on the field at any one time. And quite often a player runs the length of the field and has to back up and run again 30 seconds later. So here's the tunnel being formed for the finalists coming out onto the field. A small crowd here. There's 30 sports being contested here at Bond University in the Australian University Games 2015. And there's 8,300 students from all over Australia. 42 universities. Here is the Charles Sturt University. Newcastle already on the field in their maroon. And they're having their little huddle, their pep talk. They were very impressive in their semi-final, but so too were Charles Sturt Uni. So they'll be running from right to left in the red and white. Newcastle in the maroon running from left to right. The breeze coming slightly from the left across the field towards us, thanks to the boys from Bar TV who are providing the pictures and the sound for this coverage wherever it goes right throughout the world. I was doing live streaming rugby yesterday, an international schoolboys tournament at Gregory Terrace Fields in Brisbane, and we had feedback from Houston, Texas. One of the parents was watching his son running around for the New Zealand team playing against Australia. So wherever you're watching in the globe, welcome. Here's the kickoff, 10 minutes ahead each half, as the ball's kicked down to Newcastle University, where Sarah Halverson takes it and runs straight through. She's very fast, this girl, the big, tall, long-striding number 14. At the breakdown, the CSU girl coming over the ball, and referee playing the advantage there. This girl's the playmaker. She's very smart, Alana Patterson. Watch her, number 7 for Newcastle. She's the smartest player in the team, makes all the plays for them, and also the goal kicker. Now they work it out to the left. It goes through the hands of Annika Jamson, out to Hazel Lippy, and Hazel on the left wing there turns it back inside to Jamison, throwing it round. Sarah Halverson across on the right now. This is good continuity from Newcastle. They've got the overlap. That's Brittany Kessel. Has she got the pace to get away? I don't think so. Coming back infield, she's pulled down by the cover defence of CSU, and it's a relieving penalty to Charles Sturt University here. Referee Tyrone Mansell, one of the outstanding refs on the Gold Coast. They usually take a tap, and that's what they do here. CSU just trying to get it out of their own 22, and there's some poor handling there. The ball on the ground. Knock on will be played. And if you're not familiar with rugby 7's, they only have a 3-person scrum, 3 each side, a bunny scrum as we used to call it. This sport, of course, is immensely popular all over the world, and probably the signature tournament's the Hong Kong 7's, where you see people from all different races and creeds and countries appreciating rugby in its abbreviated form. It's become the signature tournament, the Hong Kong 7's. Here's the ball for Olivia Patterson, and she's fast, running across field. She's got support out there. Now, has she got the pace to go away and score? This could be the first try of the game. Racing down there, it's going to be a try, I think. And it is. Charles Sturt University scores the first try, and I think it's Hazel Lipple who scored it. She just had too much pace. But the girl coming across was Talia Goldsmith. Just couldn't catch her. It was a long run, and she's got the hands on the hips, sucking in the big breaths. The attempted conversion to come. It's 5 points to 0 to CSU. And it'll be number 7, Jessica Scadding, 24-year-old from CSU, who'll attempt this conversion. It's a drop kick. That was a try to Darcy Morrison. It was who scored. So 5 points to 0 with the try going to Darcy Morrison, number 11 for CSU. So 5 points to 0. The kickoff bouncing awkwardly for Newcastle. A little bit rocked by that first try. This is a good run by Brittany Kessel. Links up now through the hands of Valkenberg to Churchland. Back it goes. This is Patterson. Strong, able to offload in the tackle. Get the ball going to ground. That's Annika Jamison. Up the centre. Patterson through the legs. Out in the wing it goes to Brittany Kessel, but a forward pass. Drifting on the wind. And Newcastle just can't seem to get it together at the moment. It's all CSU. Leading 5-0. We'll have the gold medal presentation after this match. Beautiful medals that have been minted especially for these 2015 Australian University Games. Thanks to Tourism and Events Queensland, who are proud partners with Australian University Sport for these 2015 Games. Jessica Scatting feeding the scrum. It's gone backwards and knocked on. Play on somehow. It looked like it was knocked on to me. Amy Copping's got it, number 10, but she's lost it. It's Brittany Kessel now for Newcastle. Next to her, Talia Goldsmith. Cross it goes. Hands from Sarah McGee to Sarah Valkenberg. Patterson, that is. This is number 13, Sarah Valkenberg. Back inside. She's got Patterson in support. Good continuity here from Newcastle University. They're down 5-0. Brittany Kessel just feeds it out, and it's knocked on by number 6, Annika Jamison. Done that a couple of times, just standing on their heels, not running onto the passes, looking rather tentative. So scrum in the middle of the 22. There's 819,000 international visitors, a total of 3.4 million domestic visitors to the Gold Coast every year. It's the tourism capital of Australia, really, and any wonder when you see weather like this. The sun's just momentarily gone behind a cloud, but it's the most wonderful place. I've lived here for 12 months now, and at Palm Beach, and it's fabulous. The beaches are gorgeous, the hinterland is spectacular, and there's plenty to do. And as you can see, this rugby club would be one of the most beautiful settings you'd ever have for a football field. Surrounded by Lake Orr on 3 sides, a stand of pine trees circling the ground, first-rate facilities, and Bond University Rugby Club is the local team that plays here. They won the reserve grade competition grand final against Brothers in this season, 37-35 after 20 minutes of extra time. It was an absolute thriller, and only the second year of existence for Bond University, taking over from the former Breakers Rugby Club. But this is Rugby 7's, the women's final. CSU leading 5-0, and they've got it. Back to Amy Copping. Gets it away to Alice White. Good drive, counter-rucking here by Newcastle. I think they've turned it over. They have. Here's a chance for them as they switch play from left to right. It goes out to Sarah Halverson. Inside is number 10, Brittany Kessel. And this is the playmaker, Alana Patterson. Very strong. The referee's blown the whistle. The girl was held without having the ball, and so that's a penalty to Newcastle. Patterson takes the tackle, offloads beautifully. It could be a try over in the corner. The girl sprinting for the corner can't quite get there. Back to Patterson. Patterson's pushing and going for the corner. She's very close, only a metre out. Number 9 gets it, and she's held up and knocked forward, said the referee. So that was a near thing. Carney Churchland looked like she was in, but the referee blew the whistle, indicating it was a knock on. That would have been vital for Newcastle to try and level the scores, but can they score here? Rugby 7's a traditional sport in places like New South Wales and Queensland, perhaps new to most Australian states, and overseas many countries would never have seen this sport before, but it's a terrific sport because it's really aerobic, great demands on stamina and athleticism, and speed of course. A lot of 7's competitions being played around the Gold Coast at the moment. It's the off-season of the rugby competition, but to keep fit for next season, a lot of the players are competing in these 7's carnivals. Australia has very good men's and women's squads that'll be vying for medals in Rio next year. Touch football is also a huge sport in Australia, and many of these girls have come from the touch rugby stream. So 14 Sarah Halverson feeding the scrum. And it's a penalty. Coming round too soon was number 7, Jessie Scadding from CSU. So it's a tap. Diving for the lines on Alana Patterson, and she's over. She scored a try, and that's the leveller. The skipper, showing by example, just crashed through a wall of defenders. There was no stopping her, the body height, the determination, and she's over to make it 5 points all. Alana Patterson, captain of Newcastle. Now, can she convert from this angle? I'm back against it, but she's got the breeze directly behind her, coming diagonally across the field from left to right. 10-minute halves. It's a fair demand on the girls' fitness. They've been playing qualifying matches all day. There's the attempted conversion, and it's wide. No goal, so it's 5-all. We've got a game on our hands in the final of the women's rugby sevens competition here at Bond University. Nick Granger, the coach of CSU, just urging his girls to lift their game. They got the first try. There's the kick-off, and it doesn't go 10. It'll come back to the halfway line. It was touched by CSU, and so referee Tyrone Mansell says play on. Here's the try scorer, Alana Patterson. Got support there in Annika Jamison. That's Hazel Lipple. And it's knocked down by Sarah Valkenberg. So we'll have a scrum. Gee, Newcastle have made a lot of handling errors. They've had plenty of ball. Hot conditions, plenty of drinks being consumed because of the heat and the humidity today. It's unseasonally hot as it's just spring. But here's CSU on the move, working the ball across the field. And have they got the pace? I don't think so, trying to make the outside break. That was number 5, Elise Woods. And here's a chance to break away. It will be a try, I think. It's Darcy Morrison who scored the first try, and she's going to get a brace. Nobody could come within miles of her, and so Darcy Morrison scores her second try to give CSU the lead by 10 points to 5. She's got pace, hasn't she, and confidence. You could see once she made the break, she just knew she was going to score from 40 metres out. So Amy Copping attempting the conversion. And it's wide. So there's half time with CSU scoring a try just before the break to make it 10 points to 5. But this is still anybody's game here at Bond University. The Australian University Games really reinforces Queensland's reputation as a premier event and holiday destination. And Tourism Events Queensland is proud to partner Australian University Sport to host the 2015 Australian University Games. It's live in Queensland, Australia's best live events in Australia's best destinations, they say. Venture into the Gold Coast's endless playground for some serious fun. Whether it's an exhilarating swim at one of the many golden surf beaches, 25k of beautiful beaches here, an energising hike through the hinterland, places like Springbrook and Beachmont, Canungra and Mount Tambourine. An action-packed day at some of the world's best theme parks like SeaWorld, Movie World, etc. Or just enjoying the entertainment. The Gold Coast is famous for fun. Nico Andrade is organising this tournament from Queensland Rugby. He's doing a terrific job. And he'll be assisting in the presentation of the medals to the girls at the conclusion of this match. This stage, Newcastle looking the underdog. CSU have scored 2 tries to Newcastle's 1. In the old days, when I was at university, it used to be intervarsity, they called it, and you'd travel from, say, Sydney University, where I was a student, to other cities to play just one sport. they didn't have the whole combination of sports at the one place. This makes a lot of sense to have the Australian University Games with 30 sports all in the one venue. But there's a big demand on the organisers and the accommodation, of course. The Gold Coast, famous for tourism, can cope with 8,300 students coming from all over Australia. I must say I had some fantastic times playing InterVarsity sport. Cricket and rugby were my sports, and never forget the memories of sleeping on a park bench in Kings Park in Perth after a cricket InterVarsity. There's lots of shenanigans, of course, in the evenings. It's where a lot of romances start, of course. And some great stamina shown after late nights and big parties that the students have. But they enjoy their sport just as much. Here's the kickoff. And it's through the hands of Amy Copping from CSU. Picked up behind her by the try scorer Darcy Morrison. This is Amy Copping, and she's broken away, one to beat. Lining her up is Sarah Halverson. She's got her wrapped up, but the ball goes out to Hazel Lipple, and Hazel's got plenty of pace. Look at her go. Hazel Lipple pinning her ears back. She's going to be too quick. She's leaving Alana Patterson in her wake, and she's scooting away to score the second try for CSU. Third try, I should say, and that makes it now 15 points to 5 with the kick to come. What a determined run from Hazel Lipple. Just saw space and suddenly put on the pace. And she's obviously mates with Alana Patterson, a little joke between the two of them, because Alana had her sight lined up but didn't have the pace to tackle her. And that conversion adds another 2 points, so it's 17 points to 5 in favour of CSU, Charles Sturt University. So tries to Hazel Lipple and Alana Patterson for Newcastle, and 2 tries to Darcy Morrison and 1 to, beg your pardon, 3 tries to Darcy Morrison for CSU. So here we go again. Newcastle, can they hit back? They're down by 10 points. They need 2 tries now and a forward pass. It's going to be a big ask for the girls in the maroon against this well-organised CSU team. Everything rotates around Alana Patterson for Newcastle, but CSU have several playmakers and they seem to have confidence in their teammates. You can see number 3, Hazel Lipple, first receiver. She's one of the playmakers and does a very good job. That's her now. Running wide, just sizing up the opposition. Beats Patterson, is held and offloads. Gets it out wide to Milanka Vitsa, and her pass is forward. So we'll have a scrum 10 metres inside Newcastle's territory, centre field. 17 points to 5 it is in favour of Charles Sturt University in this gold medal match. About 5 minutes to play. And the girls obviously well schooled by Nick Granger, their coach. Their technique very good, nice and low in the scrum. As are the Newcastle girls, coached by Cam McCasker. And live streaming this coverage right around the world. It's the way of the future, I think. We get lots of feedback from all over the world. So wherever you're watching it, I hope you're enjoying it. Good strike there by CSU, but the shove coming on from Newcastle might have dispossessed them. No, it's CSU ball. And the big forward racing away out towards the wing, but a good tackle, ball and all, made by number 6. That was Nicole Schneider. Stopped the move and knocked the ball on. So another scrum. Elise Woods coming into first receiver for CSU in number 5. But it's Newcastle ball. Halverson, the halfback, trying to unload but caught at the base of the scrum. And she's lost the ball. Goes to Newcastle, number 9, Carney Churchland. Across to the Newcastle girl was Sarah Valkenberg, and this is number 3. It's going to be another try to Hazel Lipple. Look at her go down the left wing. Too much pace. That's a brace for her, and that brings the score to 22 points to 5. I beg your pardon, I've been giving the wrong name. It's Olivia Patterson who scored that. Olivia Patterson for CSU. And she scored 2 tries now. So it's 22 points to 5. 22 points to 5. And the last 2 tries have been scored by Olivia Patterson. I do beg your pardon. The blonde-haired girl in number 3. And no conversion, so 22 to 5 the score remains, and just a couple of minutes left in this gold medal match. And they've got a real match winner there on the left wing in Olivia Patterson. She does move around. We saw her at first receiver for a while, but she seems to favour that left flank. Kick off, down to the 22. Picked up by Annika Jamison. Patterson. And this is a good run across field. Nice angle. Through the pass out in front of Brittany Kessel, but she had to check slightly. Back to Talia Goldsmith. Sarah McGee. A long pass from Sarah Halverson. Going across to Carney Churchland, who couldn't handle it. Knocked it forward. And Newcastle have had so many opportunities in this match and have made handling errors. Mainly forced by good defence by CSU. So it's a credit to the defence, the organisation of CSU. Newcastle didn't make these errors in the semi-final, which they won convincingly against UQ by 34 points to 10. Olivia Patterson feeding this scrum. And she's caught, wrapped up by Alana Patterson. I wonder if they're related, those two. They seem to be very friendly. Might be just a coincidence. They're on opposite sides. This is Alana Patterson. Newcastle work it through Sarah Valkenberg. Out onto the left side where Talia Goldsmith goes back inside. Gets it to Annika Jamison. Lofted out over the head of Alana Patterson. That's Carney Churchland. Got a bit of pace too. She's beaten one. She's got one more to beat. And it's a good tackle made by Goldsmith. Olivia Patterson, I beg your pardon. Olivia Patterson coming across number 3 for CSU. Bundling her into touch. So the scrum is going to pack about 15 metres out. Here's a change. Number 8 going on. Tall girl, Milenka Visser, going on for CSU. And only a couple of minutes to go. That's Visser. Out to Olivia Patterson. And here's a chance. That was Darcy Morrison, who scored 2 tries. If she could have got clear, she'd be very dangerous. But a good tackle made by Valkenberg. Pulled her down. 22 points to 5 in favour of CSU in this gold medal match. With only about a minute left, I'd say. 2 minutes officially. So I don't think Newcastle can score 18 points in 2 minutes, but it's still CSU have got possession. Some scruffy handling there. Darcy Morrison trying to pass it over the top. Gets it back to Olivia Patterson. She puts her head down and sprints away. Beautiful change of pace there as she's lined up and she's gone around the girl trying to tackle Talia Goldsmith. She dives for the line and she scores a magnificent try, her 3rd try. Olivia Patterson, the blonde-haired girl, scored 3 in a row and she's snatched this game for CSU. That's put the icing on the cake for them. That takes the score to 27 points to 5 with the conversion attempt to come. What a lovely little change of pace. It was reminiscent of David Campese, the way she did that. And an Australian Wallaby couldn't have done it any better. The way she came in, slowed, and then spurted again. Just the in and away and the change of pace. Too much for Talia Goldsmith. Number 12 going on, Laura Bennett, beg your pardon, Sarah McGee going on for Newcastle for a last run in 1 minute to play. The attempted conversion is along the ground, won't even reach the goal line, but who cares, it doesn't matter. I'm sure CSU don't care because they've got this gold medal wrapped up. Also, the girls that are outstanding in these teams will be in the green and gold squad that'll be picked from these games to represent Australian universities against other countries. So that's a great thrill. We'll name that green and gold squad, members of it, during the gold medal presentation, which will follow this match. Kick-off by Jessie Scadding. Down to Churchland. And a penalty going against CSU. Quick tap taken. That's Sarah Halverson. She distributes the ball, awkwardly bouncing with the breeze, racing away behind the Newcastle girls. Racing back's Brittany Kessel. She's picked it up, dodges one, straightening up, finds support in Halverson. He's got support there in Valkenburg. Halverson again. Up to the 10-metre line in Newcastle territory. The ball's on the ground. Talia Goldsmith's got it. Now it's Brittany Kessel. Up to the halfway line. Back to Milenka Vissa. This is Talia Goldsmith. Gets it out to Sarah McGee. Good passing. This is a great move. And the last line of defence for CSU is Darcy Morrison. She makes the tackle, and that finishes the game. Victory to the Charles Sturt University convincingly by 27 points to 5. And they get the gold medal. The silver will go to Newcastle University, and the bronze to QUT, who won the playoff for third place. And we'll have that presentation shortly, but we'll also know who the recipients are of the green and gold selection to represent Australian universities. So hope you enjoyed that match through the live stream coverage through YouTube. Australian University Games Rugby 7's, the women's final. The result, once again, Charles Sturt University defeating Newcastle University by 27 points to 5. Presentation shortly.
On the clubhouse stairs in approximately 5 to 10 minutes' time. Please make your way over there to show everyone your support. Thank you.
Quarter two.
Thanks, Peter. Great to meet you. I've got a card in my car, so
Well, I can grab your card and then send you an email. That'll do.
Can I
Just a minute. Okay. Righto. We've got the gold medal team shirt, silver medal team shirt, gold medal team shirt. Okay. And after that will be the green and gold. Nice stuff. Oh, hang on, I've got my script. Yes. And then after the green and gold, just make sure you get it to the university. Yeah, I've got to fill this in because you've got all the bits. Well, you should be able to do it. So, QT is Newcastle, silver.
Thanks for that.
The cord's too long.
Too long.
I was running and flipped out there.
Thanks, guys. Oh, this is the merit. That's the merit team. So you go their name, their university. Yeah. Newcastle to UFC. University. Now these, I've been saying that.
That's what I was like.
I haven't read through this yet.
No,
you got time to read through it?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom.
So just on the guys, I'll be far downstairs.
Okay, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Sure.
No, you're right. Thank you. I get
Thanks a lot, Jack.
No worries, thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Well.
Yeah. Hope we can work together again sometime. Get them so that they can sort of look this way. I'll take it that way if I can. Thanks, mate. Oh, you haven't given me your card yet, have you? You're coming over? Okay.
Two on the side.
Oh!
Yep.
Can you take over the Get that on minutes.
They're going to run it through the speakers. It's going to pick it up just as well, just as clear.
Oi, mate!
Because that was dodgy today.
A double!
That's what I'm thinking.
They're supposed to do the presentation. I can run it, but we're going to run it. We can run it now. We absolutely will. I was supposed to do the presentation. Okay.
Can I play the Bond Uni ad?
Just
For me, rugby, it's a brotherhood that connects everyone through the sport. You know, it's really grown me into the person I am. It's sort of a way to channel your emotions. It's just something it's an incredible experience, I think, and for everyone, whether it be you're stepping out on the field for the 13Bs or you're running out for Australia. I think everyone sort of shares that. Everyone's connected, everyone supports each other, and for me, I've got so much support from the boys and everyone around me through the rugby community. Such things as further career opportunities, like the connections you make through rugby it's just invaluable. I think it's a modest game in terms of you go out and you don't think that you're better than everyone. You think, yes, I've worked hard. Yes, I'm as well prepared as I can be. You respect the person because they've done just as much hard work as you have to get to where they are.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Peter Mears, and I really enjoyed those finals. I hope you did too. On behalf of the Australian University Sports, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 2015 Australian University Games medal presentation ceremony for Women's Rugby 7's. Congratulations to both teams in the final. To the competitors, team management and supporters, thanks very much for your participation and support during the event. I'd like to ask all medalists to please stay on until the end of the ceremony for photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalists representing the University, the Queensland University of Technology, QUT. The team members, if you could come up and receive your medals. Kathy Clifton. Carly, is it? Carly Clifton? Katie. Whoever wrote this out, you should be shot. Sophie Gunn, Rebecca Maimai, Lawrence Rivard, Taylor Eldridge, Chloe Leroy, Holly Klaas-Orlick, Ashley Kincaid, Maddie Dixon, Gemma Maimai, and Maddie Shuck. And the coach, Cheyenne Campbell. Congratulations, one and all. Silver medal in 2013, bronze medal this year. Well done to QUT. Now the silver medalists, Newcastle. And their team, Hazel Lippel, Annika Jamison, Alana Patterson, Milenko Vissa. It's fishy. So they tell me. I've lost my place now. Carney Churchland, Brittany Kessel, Talia Goldsmith, and the three Sarahs, Sarah McGee, Sarah Valkenberg, and Sarah Halverson. And the coach, Chris McCaskey. Well done, coach. It was a terrific final. And it was Charles Sturt University who won the gold medal. Congratulations. Coming up to receive their medals, please welcome the team, Sophie Welsh, Harriet Messner, Olivia Patterson, Elise Woods, Nicole Schneider, Jessica Scaddy, Alice White, Harriet Ellerman, Amy Copping, Darcy Morrison, and Laura Bennett, as well as the coach, Nick Granger. Congratulations to all our medalists for their outstanding performances during the week. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to presenting medals for the Australian Women's Rugby 7's, Australian University Sport also rewards outstanding individual performances by selecting a paper merit team known as Green and Gold recipients. It's my great pleasure to announce the following individuals have been selected as 2015 Australian University Games Green and Gold recipients. If any of the recipients are present, would they please come forward and accept their Green and Gold medals. Okay, and now the Green and Gold merit team. 1, Alana Patterson from Newcastle. 2, Darcy Morrison, CSU. Erica Fowler, University of the Sunshine Coast, if she's here. Gemma Mai from QUT. Carney Churchland, Newcastle. Madison Shuck, QUT. Olivia Patterson, CSU. Rebecca Mai, QUT. Sarah Halverson, Newcastle. Serena Carter, University of Queensland. Sophie Welsh, CSU. And finally, Talia Goldsmith, Newcastle. That's the Green and Gold merit team. On behalf of Australian University Sport, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate all participants in the competition. The level of competition and sportsmanship has been excellent, and you should all be congratulated for your efforts in continuing the fine traditions of university sport. And lastly, I'd like to thank the Games volunteers for their great efforts today and during the week. We're very grateful to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the medal ceremony for the Women's Rugby 7's. Thank you for coming and showing your support to the athletes who competed throughout the Games. And thanks once again to all the participants. Hope you had a great time, and we'll see you back again here shortly. Thank you.